At 4:03 a.m., my phone lit up on the nightstand. A single message from Melissa. Something came up. I'll explain soon. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. The glow from the screen spread across the room like a small artificial sunrise. I stared at those words, 8 of them, long enough for the phone's backlight to dim and end out. They looked like a code I'd already cracked, a password I'd guessed weeks before she sent it. Our bedroom ceiling caught the glow in slices of shadow from the blinds, the ceiling of a house she still believed belonged to both of us. My hand didn't shake when I typed the reply. No need to explain. Stay with him. You're single now. Then I placed the phone face down on the nightstand, and I got to work. There's a kind of silence that comes when heartbreak isn't a surprise, when you've already rehearsed it 100 times in your head. I'd been living inside that silence for 3 weeks, ever since the data started talking to me. I first noticed it in her calendar, late nights marked as office hours, yet no corresponding entries on the shared work server. Then the rideshare receipts, Lyft trips ending at the same address in Lincoln Park. Ryan Clark's building. I confirmed that through our shared phone plan's location history. Same destination, same time frames, same lie. I'm a data analyst. Numbers don't lie to me, people do. So I built a process, not revenge, procedure. A controlled system for dismantling a life. I opened my laptop and followed the checklist I'd been drafting in a hidden folder for weeks. Step 1. Change the smart lock code on our front door. 6 new digits. Her thumbprint access revoked. The app confirmed. Access removed successfully. Step 2. Log into our joint bank account. Transfer my half into my personal account. Close the joint. All legal, all clean. Step 3. The domestic cleanup. Streaming services, grocery deliveries, gym memberships, meal kits. Every login that still carried Turner Melissa got a silent password reset. No confrontation. Just quiet deletion. There was irony in it, of course. She'd spent months erasing evidence, clearing texts, hiding notifications, setting new privacy passwords. Meanwhile, I'd been engineering an exit strategy with the precision of someone debugging broken code. Methodical, emotionless, efficient. My sister Emily had noticed something weeks ago during our usual Sunday call. "Jake, you sound different," she said. "Distant." "I'm fine," I told her. "You're never fine when you say you're fine." She was right. But I wasn't ready to say what I already knew. Not until Melissa's text forced the truth into daylight. 20 minutes later, headlights washed across our bedroom window. I didn't move. The sound of the car door slamming was followed by the rapid staccato of footsteps on the driveway. Then the pounding, sharp, uneven, desperate. Jake, please, open the door!" I took my time. Made coffee first. Black, 1 sugar. When I finally walked downstairs, I had the mug in one hand, phone in the other. The doorbell camera feed showed her perfectly. Mascara streaks down her cheeks, hair tangled, shoulders shaking under the thin straps of the same black dress she'd worn to Olivia's birthday dinner the night before. Olivia, who'd been posting poolside selfies from Miami all week. The camera's night vision painted everything in grayscale, Melissa framed in ghostly white, the driveway gleaming wet from a brief rain. I pressed the intercom button on my phone. "Go home, Melissa," I said. "You don't live here anymore." Her head jerked toward the camera. "What? Jake? No, it's not what you think." "It's exactly what I think," I said. "Ryan's apartment, Unit 4B. You've been there 17 times in the last month." Silence. Even through the screen, I saw the color drain from her face. "I can explain." "I'm sure you can, but I don't need to hear it. Your suitcases are packed. I'll have them delivered tomorrow." "Jake, please." Her voice cracked. "I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Please just let me in. We can talk about this." No. That word landed heavier than I expected. It hung between us, separated by glass, metal, and 3 years of marriage that had quietly decayed while we kept pretending. She started crying harder, the kind of crying meant to reach through walls. Jake, I'm scared. Ryan, he tried to stop me from leaving. I think he's following me. Please. For a moment, I almost believed her. Almost. But I'd already seen the footage from 2 nights ago. Ryan dropping her off at 1 a.m, his hand sliding down her back as she leaned into him, laughing softly, her voice warm and easy in the dark. I took a sip of coffee. Call the police if you're in danger, I said. I'm not your safety net anymore. Then I ended the call. Upstairs, the house was still. The only sound was the faint hum of the refrigerator, the soft settling creaks of wood in the quiet. I sat on the edge of the bed, looking at the phone, its dark screen reflecting my own face back at me. No more messages, no more explanations, just data and silence. It started 6 weeks ago with perfume. Not her usual scent, something sharper, more expensive. She'd come home from a late meeting at 11 p.m., and when she kissed my cheek, I smelled it. Contradiction. Inconsistency. The first data point. I'm not proud of what I did next, but I'm not ashamed either. I checked our phone plan's location services. We'd always shared them, practical, she'd said, in case of emergencies. She'd forgotten to turn it off. The second data point, Wednesday nights at yoga, placed her phone at a wine bar in Wicker Park. Thursdays at client dinners showed her stationary at Ryan's address from 7 p.m. to midnight. I didn't confront her. That's what she expected. Tears, accusations, dramatic fights. Instead, I did what I do best. I analyzed. Ryan Clark, 34, marketing consultant. LinkedIn showed he'd worked with Melissa's firm on 2 campaigns. His Instagram was private, but his Twitter wasn't. Photos of cocktails, gym selfies, quotes about living authentically. The kind of guy who thinks depth is a philosophy podcast. I spent 2 weeks gathering evidence I didn't legally need. Illinois is a no-fault divorce state, but wanted anyway. Calendar overlaps. Expense reports for hotels I'd never visited. A credit card statement showing lingerie purchases I'd never seen her wear. Then I prepared. I moved my grandfather's watch, my mother's jewelry, and our shared laptop to a storage unit. I rerouted my paycheck to my personal account. I found a lawyer, Sandra Chen, divorce specialist, and had papers drawn up. I transferred the lease to my name only. Our landlord owed me a favor after I'd fixed his company's database system. "You're sure about this?" Sandra had asked during our consultation. "Completely. Most people want to try counseling first. Most people don't have spreadsheets." She'd smiled at that. "You're either very rational or very hurt." "Both," I'd said. Olivia had tried to warn me, I realized later. 2 weeks ago, she'd stopped by for coffee while Melissa was out. She'd looked uncomfortable, fidgeting with her cup. "You and Melissa, you guys good?" she'd asked. "Why?" "Just, you should talk more. Communication, you know." I'd nodded, let it go. Now I understood. Olivia knew. She'd probably known for months. The night before the text, the night that ended everything, I'd lain awake while Melissa slept beside me. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I didn't look. I didn't need to. I'd already decided that the next time she lied, I'd execute the plan. At 3:47 a.m., she'd slipped out of bed. I'd heard her whisper in the bathroom, "I can't. He's right here. Tomorrow night. I promise." She'd come back to bed, curled against me, her breathing settling into sleep. I'd stared at the ceiling and waited. She was still outside at 4:45 a.m., sitting on the front steps. I watched her through the camera, head in her hands, shoulders hunched, pathetic, calculating. I gave her until 5:30 a.m., then I opened the door. She looked up, hope flooding her face. "Jake, come in." She scrambled to her feet, stumbling slightly. Up close, I could see everything: the smudged lipstick, the wrinkled dress, the desperation in her eyes. I stepped aside. She walked in, started to speak, then froze. In the hallway, neatly arranged, were 4 suitcases. Each one had a label: Melissa Turner, clothes; Melissa Turner, shoes; Melissa Turner, personal items; Melissa Turner, work documents. You planned this?" Her voice was barely a whisper. "For 3 weeks. Jake, I can explain. Ryan Clark, Unit 4B, 847 West Armitage Avenue. You've been there 17 times since September 3rd. Tuesdays and Thursdays mostly. The longest visit was 6 hours and 42 minutes. Her face went white. "How?" "Shared phone plan. Location services. You never turned yours off." She sank against the wall. That's an invasion of privacy. It's public data. We both consented to sharing. Read the terms of service." I walked into the living room. She followed, unsteady. I picked up the TV remote and pressed play. The screen lit up with doorbell camera footage. Timestamp: Tuesday, October 11th, 11:47 p.m. Ryan's BMW pulling up to our gate. Melissa getting out of the passenger seat, Ryan following her. The kiss, long, intimate, his hands in her hair. Her laugh when he whispered something in her ear. "Stop," she said. "Please stop." I paused it. "There are 6 more videos. Want to see them?" "No." She was crying now, mascara running fresh tracks down her face. "Jake, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was confused. I didn't mean for this to happen. You scheduled it, between calendar invites. That requires intent. It was a mistake. 17 times isn't a mistake. It's a pattern." She collapsed onto the couch, head in her hands. "I love you, I do. I got lost. Things with us got stale and he made me feel—" "Don't." My voice came out harder than I intended. "Don't make this about feelings. You had choices. Every single time you chose him." "Jake." I placed something on the coffee table in front of her. Our wedding photo. The one from the mantel, the one where we looked genuinely happy. Next to it, a manila folder. She reached for it with shaking hands, opened it, stared at the papers inside. "Petition for dissolution of marriage," she read aloud. "Filed October 13th. You already filed?" "Yesterday afternoon. But we can fix this. Counseling, therapy. I'll stop seeing him. I'll do whatever. I don't want to fix it." The words hung between us. Final. Absolute. "You're just going to throw away 3 years, just like that? You threw them away the first time you lied to me. I'm just acknowledging reality." She looked around the room like she was seeing it for the first time. And maybe she was, seeing what I'd already done. The bookshelf where her novels used to be, now empty. The wall where her art prints had hung, now bare. The absence of her presence, carefully erased. "This is cruel," she whispered. "No. Cruel would have been letting you keep pretending." The doorbell rang. We both looked at the camera feed on my phone. Ryan stood on the porch, disheveled, wearing sweatpants and a wrinkled shirt. His hair stuck up at angles. He looked furious. "Perfect," I said. "Jake, don't—" I opened the door halfway, kept my body blocking the entrance. "Can I help you?" I asked. "You her husband?" Ryan's voice was aggressive, confrontational. Exactly what I expected. "For now. You got no right kicking her out. She lives here. Actually, I have every right. Lease is in my name, she's a guest, and she's leaving." "That's bullshit. You can't just—" "I can. I did. You're currently trespassing. I have cameras recording this conversation. Make a smart decision." He stepped forward. I didn't move. "She told me about you," Ryan said. Cold, controlling. "No wonder she—" "Came to you?" I smiled. "Yeah, I'm sure that's the story she told. But here's the thing. She lied to you too. About the yoga classes, about the work trips. She's really good at compartmentalizing betrayal." His face changed. Uncertainty crept in. Get the hell out of here before I call the cops, I said. 3 seconds. He stood there for 2 seconds, then turned and walked back to his car. I closed the door, locked it. Melissa was standing now, tears streaming. You just ruined everything. No, Melissa. I kept my voice level, calm. You recorded it, I just hit play. Morning light filtered through the kitchen windows, 6:15 a.m. She was still on the couch, silent now, staring at nothing. I made coffee, 1 cup, for myself. She watched me move through the kitchen. Our kitchen, except it wasn't ours anymore. It was mine. Every corner of this house had been scrubbed of her existence while she'd been busy creating a new life with someone else. Was any of it real for you? She asked finally. Her voice was small, broken. I leaned against the counter, considered the question honestly. It was, I said, until 4:03 a.m. That's it? 1 text and you just stopped loving me? The text didn't end anything. It was just evidence of what you'd already done. She wrapped her arms around herself. What happens now? You leave. I'll have your suitcases delivered to wherever you're staying. The divorce will be finalized in 60 days. I don't have anywhere to go. That's not my problem anymore. The cruelty of the statement hung in the air. I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't regret it either. She stood slowly, unsteady on her feet, looked around one more time at the home we'd built, the life we'd planned, the future that had evaporated in the span of 3 hours. You'll regret this, she said, when you're alone, when you realize what you gave up. I already regretted something, I said, staying. I walked to the front door, opened it. The morning air was crisp, cold, autumn settling into Chicago. Everything after 4:03 a.m. belongs to someone else, I said. Go be with him, or don't. I don't care either way. She walked past me, stopped at the threshold. I did love you, Jake, for what it's worth. It's worth about as much as your wedding vows. She flinched, then walked to her car. I watched her drive away, tail lights fading into the gray morning. The street was empty, quiet, peaceful. Some people cheat for excitement. I prefer peace. I closed the door, locked it, walked back upstairs to the bedroom, my bedroom now, and sat on the edge of the bed. My phone buzzed. Emily. You okay? Her text read. Yeah, I typed back. I'm done. 3 dots appeared, then disappeared. She'd call later. Right now, she was giving me space. I deleted Melissa's contact from my phone, blocked her number, changed the Wi-Fi password 1 final time. The house felt different already. Lighter, like removing weight I hadn't realized I'd been carrying. Outside, the city was waking up. Traffic sounds drifted through the window. Someone's alarm went off next door. Life continuing, indifferent to my small personal apocalypse. I lay back on the bed, staring at the ceiling. The same ceiling I'd stared at 12 hours ago, waiting for her to betray me one more time so I could finally let go. It was 6:47 a.m. when I finally closed my eyes. Not because I was tired, because I was free.